I think Marc-André is really interested in bringing home cooking of bread back to people. We all used to make bread in our homes at one point, and then we stopped and we turned it over to the boulanger and the bakeries and the supermarkets to create our bread. This is some RedFife wheat that you got at Restaurant DNA?
Yes, I got it from Derek.
Do you know of anyone else in Montreal who is using RedFife wheat to bake with other than maybe you and him?
Not that I know of. Most people don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's this interesting, fantastic thing, and it's grown where in New Brunswick and in Saskatchewan. And
Yeah, Derek's getting it from Saskatchewan. Well, I make bread because I really like eating bread, and that's how it started.
Yeah.
I wanted to make my own and figure out the mechanics and physics and
So did
chemistry behind it.
you?
I took some lessons. I read a lot of books. I did a lot of research, and I talked to a lot of bakers. And then I quit my job as a épicier, grocer, food store guy. After meeting a baker and visiting his bakery that he had started up. I just couldn't believe the smell of the place and the look. And watching him work, I was like, this is what I want to do with my life. Well, and a good homemade bread, a good properly made bread where you have a nice long, slow fermentation, you'll get a lot of those flavors also. It's just often if things are speeded up too much, you lose a bit of character and lose a bit of flavor. Which is why we're all here this morning.
Slow everything down.
Because I enjoy the bread so much, then I just kind of wanted to, people were asking me so many questions, and to open my own bakery is also, you know, it's a big financial thing. It's a big operation and a big deal. So what I always tell people is to hold back. So if your recipe tells you 500 grams of water, go to 470, keep the rest, start mixing, and then adjust. If it looks a little dry, add a little bit more and go from there. As opposed to just, you can't go, it's not, you know, it's not pharmacy, you know. It's, you can't go gram by gram. There are different methods, and this is what works for me, and I've gotten used to doing, and it's fun to develop whatever method you choose to use when you're kneading your dough. It's gotta work for you, because you're going to be doing it a lot, you know, for several minutes, and
So it gets tiring to do.
It can get tiring, but also it's mainly that you want to. Que ça soit efficace. It's got to be efficient. Every time you touch your dough, it's got to be on purpose for something. You can't just be sort of flipping it over and randomly. Like, you want an organized, repetitive thing. So I've got a bit of a rectangle, and I'm creating this kind of thing. So I've got a seam underneath, right? I've got this line here. From there, I'm flipping it over and running my seam horizontally now.
So it's just continuing.
And then I repeat that. What we call, what's called a sort of boulage.